Hello, my dear ones. Welcome to this podcast, The Art of Slowing Down by Ravi Shankar. Not Sri Sri, just Ravi Shankar, where we discuss ways to disconnect from our digital devices, to block out stresses and connect to yourself, to your within. In this week's episode, titled Afternoons of Detox, we will be discussing ways in which we can unplug in the afternoons, live mindfully, because afternoons are the busiest times of our lives. This episode is going to be 5 minutes because we have received feedback that the 12-minute episodes are too long. So, let's begin. Take a deep breath. Whenever we think of any change, we barely even begin because we think that we need to make big changes, we need to make an 80-degree turnaround. But instead, if we choose small things, then it can have a ripple effect. Over the last few days, my afternoons has been quite stressful. The companies where I've invested my shares, they're tanking. My kids have been forcing me to take them to Disneyland, and my Audi car got stuck in a hump and I had to spend a lot of money to get it fixed. So, I had to take some time away, find ways where I do not let all of these things bother me. Like I said, small changes, like sitting at your deck, reading a book, water your gardens, take a dip in your swimming pool. All of these small things can have big changes in your lives. Let me tell you what I do. I sit in the balcony of my apartment, which is in the 24th floor of Prestige Infinity. I'm fortunate because in that height, I can take in everything 360-degree into me. Last weekend, we took a trip to a luxury resort in Mysore, and honestly, it was such a game changer. We could disconnect from our screens, connect to each other family wise, take a dip in the private river. It was such a great way to unwind. You can do smaller things, like drinking your coffee outside the cafe instead of inside. Water your gardens and be present, present right there. Look at the worms in the soil, the sounds of the squirrels around, what plants needed weeding out. I'm fortunate enough to have a farmhouse where I can literally sit outside and connect with nature, birds, squirrels, deers, and whatnot. And the other important thing that you can do is connect deeply with your family. One of the things that we do as a family is take a trip to some busy street or slums or these working class areas, which reminds us how grateful we should be for the life that we have. And I make my kids practice humbleness by making them give money to homeless people. Sometimes the families of our friends, their kids, we all do the same thing. Honestly, anything that can break your rhythm, book a hotel in ITC Gardenia and have a brilliant meal. You don't need to be productive at all. Just reset, find simple pleasures. I know it can sound that you cannot take a whole afternoon off, but start simple. Maybe 15 minutes. I hope this has been helpful. So folks, start small. Until next time, take care.